Ever wondered what it takes to build your own buggy? Wild Wheels TV caught up with Bradley Bishop from the Southern Highlands in New South Wales, where he is in the process of building his new buggy, Car 317. Wild Wheels TV will follow Bradley's progress right through to the first race day.
I'm in the middle of building a new sportsman's class buggy with a Suzuki 1300 and a Combi 4-speed gearbox. I'm hoping to have the car finished in a couple of months' time and looking forward to getting back into the New South Wales State Championship. I first started by making a jig, which is the blue part, and there was extra parts which come up to support the main bars. So I bent the bottom bar and what's known as the hip rail, and then I went away for a couple of weeks and made all the supports in the middle to weld it together, and then I put the next part of the jig on and went up again from there. At this point of time, the basic frame itself is done, and now I'm starting to add all the accessories to it, e.g. the seats, the fuel tank. Starting to work on the front suspension now, and then I'll move on to the rear suspension. The fuel tank is a aluminium fuel tank that's been custom made. It holds about 80 litres with baffles in the middle of it to stop fuel surge. Currently in the middle of mounting the gear stick and the turning brake in optimal position of where I'm comfortable. The turning brake is basically a one-way directional handbrake. So you can pull it one way to lock one rear wheel, push it the other to lock the other for turning, and gear stick hooked up to the Combi transmission. At the moment I've gone to making the brake caliper mounts because I'm a bit stuck waiting for parts to continue on with the front steering and suspension. Next step is mounting the steering rack and trying to work out to get minimal bump steer, and then go on and make the front shock mounts to get optimum travel. I work on the vehicle most afternoons after work for about 2 hours, and then I come in on weekends in all my spare time basically. This car is going to be number 317. It's the number I've run since I started racing. 3 is the class it's going to be in, and 17 because I was just about to turn 17 when I started racing. I got into sport through David, the owner of Car 190. I approached him looking for a job when I left school, and he was already into the sport, and I started going road racing with him. First started racing one of his cars, and then I went on to building and making my own. I've been racing now for 6 years. The first car I had was a VB Commodore, which was actually owned by David. I raced it for about 12 to 18 months. I started out driving, I wanted to go quicker than the car could actually go. So then I bought my first buggy, we built it up, and now this is my third car which I'm starting because the other one was getting a bit old. Eventually I'm going to put a Suzuki 1300 that's been built for the sportsman's class. Can't wait until I get up to that stage because that means I'm just about out on the racetrack.
Yeah, we had an issue in the prologue. We actually stopped, ran out of gears, got jammed in neutral. So we got towed back after the prologue, and we had to basically pull the gearbox apart and try and fix the selector. Yeah, the pit crew and even David, Nicky Forrest, will give me a hand. The bloke that's coming running second to me, so it's all good.
The first heat was all right, but we had a couple of whoopses and hit a few trees along the way. But ended up pretty good overall. Some of the ruts are pretty deep and we're getting spun out and spat out from them, but I tried to keep it on the track.
We raced here at Nabiac last year. We finished second in the Pro Buggy class. Course looks fairly good. We heard that it was very wet, but there's a bit of water lying around, but it's going to get a bit dusty. The sand's a bit chopped up, but it'll be a nice track, yeah. We've got a turbo issue, so we're just trying to fix the turbo at the moment. We've changed the turbo boost gauge, we've changed the oil pressure line gauge, and we're about to go out and see if it's okay now, and then see where we go for the rest of the day.
on race control at Nabiac. My primary role is to take care of all the cars on the track, to know where all the cars are. If any cars break down, I've got to find where they are. I then direct the recoveries to where they are to pull them back so that we can get them off out of the area after the race is finished and make the track safe for the next race. I've been involved for the last 8 years. The first 5 years I was actually road closure, watching the cars go past, and for the last 3 years I've actually been doing this job, and yeah, this is the greatest job out here because I'm the one who's got to know where all the cars are, and I tell the director what's going on, and everything runs through me, so it's a great job. It's a great weekend, lots of fun.
In the second heat, we went out with 424 Christy Headley, and she got us to the first line, to the first corner, and followed her all the way through the dust. Then she got bogged out the back. Come back around, went to overtake a car, and coming into a corner, and the tyre rod end on the left-hand side of the car broke off, and we went yonder out into the scrub and come back onto the track, and then we ended up getting bogged. And we run back to the pits, see if we could find another tyre rod end. Didn't have one, so we went back out, bodged the car up and just shortcutted and come back to the pits. Out there while the car was bogged, because it was sort of half on the track, one of the cars that were competing at the time come round and sort of went to slow down to go around us, and started tank slapping and hit the back of my car and broke the extractors and a bit of scratch on the paint, but nothing we can't fix.
The main game plan is to finish the race tomorrow without any problems, because it's getting really rough out there now, and have a good day.
Yeah, we had a really good first heat. We got quicker and quicker, our times improved. However, the track got really, really boggy and rough out there, and second heat, first lap, we got bogged, and that's where we stayed for the rest of the heat. So unfortunately we didn't finish second heat, but hopefully, yeah, tomorrow will be better.
You've been watching WWTV.